Cancerians, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for December 2022. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I will never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Cancerians, this is your monthly reading for December. I can't believe the year has sped on by and we're in the last month of the year, but here we are. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. The first pile, of course, is your protagonist energy. The second pile is anything that's been against you or you've been feeling has been an obstacle. And the third pile is the unified energy, how things are going to work out for you. Now, December is all about winding down the year and reflecting on all the experiences you've had where you've learned certain lessons or overcome struggles. But we also have Mars in retrograde, which gives us all a chance to recharge our batteries and really focus and set new targets for the year ahead. Also, the influence of Jupiter, planet of good luck, good fortune and expansion, is in Pisces, which is all about goals, dreams, wishes. So it should have us all feeling a little bit more spiritually aligned and connected with our true calling. And if you're not, this is a time period to really focus on that as well. Now, Jupiter, of course, in Pisces only happens every 12 years. So really enjoy that benevolent energy that December brings. And as at the end of the month, it actually goes back into another 12-year cycle, okay? So let us see what is coming up for you. Now, on the 8th of December, you will have a full moon in Gemini, okay? And this full moon in Gemini will actually bring rather unusual energy because it's collectively making us all feel a little bit more emotional than usual, a little bit more pressurized, but it also can lead to some potentially heated debates or arguments as this moon is actually placed directly in Mars. Okay, now Mars, of course, is retrograding. So whilst there is a pressure, it also gives us an opportunity to teach us diplomacy. To really, if someone is pushing our buttons, to really rise to the challenge by being diplomatic, but finding our voice and saying what we need to say in a very cool, calm, and calculated manner. Whilst at the same time getting our point across and valuing ourselves and saying what needs to be heard. We also have a very positive alignment between the Sun and Saturn right after that, which brings much more harmony and aligns us with more peaceful energy. So that unusual, frustrated energy won't last for long. Let's put it that way, will not last for long. Now, also with the new moon in Capricorn, which sorry, the deck is becoming quite complicated there for you. The new moon in Capricorn indicates that we are going to be setting new intentions for the year ahead, but also it gives us a chance to really focus on and reimagine our pathway to abundance and romance, if that's what we're looking for, okay? I mean, you've got a wonderful 9 of Cups here, which is all about getting a wish come true, getting a desire, but it is crossed there with a 7 of Swords. So it can mean that you're phasing yourself out to do something that you've wanted to do for a long time, but you're doing things differently. 7 of Swords doesn't always have to be about, you know, deceptive energy. It can mean that you are doing something. It's in your protagonist energy. So it can mean that you are keeping something on the down low, keeping something to yourself, maybe a new start in some area of your life, maybe even a new relationship. Perhaps you're going to start a new relationship with someone and you're going to keep it to yourself until you see where it goes. So let's see what's happening for you in particular. Now, just to let you know, you will be governed by your 12th house at the beginning of the month right to the middle. of December, and that's the most sensitive part of your chart. So Cancerians, you are very sensitive normally. Okay, so expect to be a little bit more sensitive than usual. I know it is possible, but just be aware that you're being influenced by that 12th house. It gives you an opportunity to really work through issues where you feel insecure, or where you feel fear or anxiety or doubt, and it actually connects you deeper to your spirituality, to source, or whatever religion or source you celebrate. You will be finding faith. You may also feel a little bit like withdrawing, finding comfort within the home space. I mean, you've still got a lot of things to do. You may have to connect to work or duties, or focus on your responsibilities, but you may actually feel like running away, and that's definitely what that Seven of Swords indicates. There is an influence from your 12th house that makes you just want to run away from it all and just seek sanctuary in some way. Okay, also your 7th house of partnerships is taking over that energy at the middle of the month right through to the end, and that is all about the people that you spend time with. It could be partnerships in business, love, could be your family unit, those that you surround yourself. You're also going to look at dynamics, where things are working, where things are not working. You may also look at people who are trying to compete with you in some areas. I mean, it could literally be that you go to a party, okay, and you're looking really fine, and you notice other people sizing you up. They're actually looking at you as competition. So they may be, you may actually draw out their insecurities. So it can be a bit of a mixed bag for you in December. Just going to say that for you now, my beautiful Cancerians. Okay. Now your first card, the protagonist energy, is the world globe. Now when you get the world in any deck, really, it connects to travel. So again, there's this desire to just run away from it all. In terms of the year, I feel like you're going to be closing out old cycles. You're going to be tying up loose ends, finishing projects, getting all your responsibilities sorted so you can have fun, or you can take a trip or things like that. But you may be looking at 2022 like, you know what, I'm so done. I want to launch myself or travel to 2023 already and get this year out of the way. It says here, travel opportunities, moving abroad, foreign, wholeness and completion. So with the world card, this indicates that you will notice that you're exactly where you're meant to be right now. There's a lot of accomplishment. You may be looking at the year that's just passed, and some of you may be focusing on the moments where you wanted to run away, or the things that did not work out for you. But your guides want you to be aware that you have actually fulfilled a lot, and you've accomplished a lot. You've come through a lot of struggles, and you are here right now. So they're indicating that you've had the strength to get through some of those obstacles or those challenges. And yes, it may have been slow moving, and yes, you may have felt like something needs to change, because I see here that you're feeling really stuck, and some of you may even feel stuck in the home place. Now, your home, typically, my beautiful Cancerians, is your sanctuary. So if you're feeling stuck in the home place, it can mean that either you have neighbors who have been making too much noise, or there's something going on within the home space that has caused you to feel a little bit restricted. It could also be that, for example, if you've got children who've come home, perhaps to save a little bit of money, and they're living on the premises, it may feel like there's a lot of people stepping on each other's toes. There's a lot of energy, and whilst it's nice to have the house full, because you are the sort of person, family is your rock. You are the linchpin of every family unit or every soul tribe unit. Sometimes it can get a little bit frustrating. So I definitely see you looking at how to influence as you move into 2023 and change some dynamics to make things a little bit more easygoing. Also, you may even be thinking about relocating or moving abroad, perhaps. So these may be the things that are going around in your mind at this moment in time. Now, of course, you've got to do all other stuff. You've got to focus on your goals. You've got to focus on your relationships, your partnerships. You've got to focus on love if you don't have love. But I feel like a lot of the deep thinking thoughts is like, what if I just, ran away and moved abroad and just lived by the sea? Because I definitely see this gravitation towards the sea for you. Some of you may be planning that. Some of you may actually be planning a big travel, like not just like one country. You may be thinking about going on a bit of a tour of places in the new year, and you may be planning that right now. So the world card indicates, you're glad it's at the end of the year, that you're closing down and you're ready for new. You're definitely ready for that new energy. Now, also the world is about success. Okay, it's about hitting your targets. And some of you may be suffering from, my beautiful Cancerians, that perfectionism thing that most of us have. Okay, not just you, but sometimes we try to be perfect in everything that we put our minds to. I feel like you've learned a real lesson this year that sometimes perfectionism can make you go slower. Sometimes, our desire for everything to be right, or not just right, but, like above and beyond, sometimes it's hard. So you may be realizing that you're doing your absolute best, and that is wonderful. It's more than enough already. So if you've been feeling a lot of pressure to feel like you have to be perfect, or, society as a whole, whenever we watch things online or on movies and things like that, people seem to like have their life together, or there's a certain set of things that society kind of sometimes suggests that we should have by now or by a certain age. And you may feel like you're not measuring yourself by those societal constraints, but at the same time you're noticing that there's certain things that you want to have accomplished, and you may feel like you haven't got there yet. Your guys want you to be aware you're right where you're meant to be right now. You're on the right path. So breathe. Don't put that pressure on your shoulders. Things will be as they're meant to be, and whatever is meant for you will never pass you by. So that's just coming through there a little bit as well. Okay. Now we have the Lovers card, which indicates a decision. It used to be called the Choice card. Now, because the Lovers card, it does connect to love, but at grassroots, this is about what your heart is attracting at this time. What cycles are playing out in your life that you're attracting, either good or bad. So it's really about realizing, that's not a word, realizing or re-examining, shall we say. Perhaps I was trying to think of the word and I've mixed the two. Re-examining what you want and looking at sort of situations in your life that you feel attached to that are not serving you in your highest regard. So December may be looking at situations where you feel stuck in a rut, or you're confined to your own story in some way. Perhaps there's a ghost of an ex-lover somehow infiltrating your thoughts occasionally. You may be loosening up and letting those things go, liberating yourself from these constraints as you move throughout December, and opening yourself up to much more healthy energy. The Lovers card is a card of making a decision that is right for your heart, but it's also a card that connects to the law of attraction. So it's about being in the frequency, the vibrancy of being in that law of attraction. So if we tend to focus on all the negative, all the things that are not working for ourselves, then we actually attract more of that. Because it's like a magnet. Whatever frequency you're giving out, you're actually attracting that thing to you. And if you're giving out this constant like, oh, that didn't work, and I knew that person was lying to me, and this is happening, and I'm not really happy, and it's not the way I envisaged it, you're actually going to attract more of that. I know it's hard. It's easier said than done, for sure, to be more positive. We can't always be positive. That's just human nature. If anyone tells you, whether it's in the spiritual community or anywhere, be positive all the time, that's just not the way humans are built. We're meant to be balanced and experience all weathers of life. We're meant to experience the highs and lows so that we can learn and progress and evolve into who we're always meant to be. So obviously, don't dwell in it, is what I'm saying, okay? There will be moments where you feel a little bit down, and you may feel over emotional. Allow those things to come, and this too shall pass, but don't dwell in it, okay? Emotions are ever flowing, ever evolving cycles within ourselves. So I feel like you're starting to understand yourself in a deeper way as well, because you have a lot of cycles playing out in your reading. But you may have been feeling a little bit stuck, or you may have been feeling like you've just been in limbo, asking bigger questions about your path. Who's meant to be in your world? Who's not meant to be in your world? Are you on the right track? Are you connected to your soul path? These are the bigger questions you may be asking because you've been feeling that sense of everything going very, very slowly, yet time is speeding on by. That's what I get here. So with your reading, this may be a reflection of the year that you've just experienced, where time has just flown by and you feel like you've not really accomplished whatever it is you set out to do. Your guides want you to be aware that you have accomplished some really great things that you just don't give yourself credit for, and you actually will be accomplishing much more in the near future. Okay, but this month it tends to be all about, you know, cycles that are in play, things that are good for your heart in the month of December. Now, if you're looking to attract love, I see you attracting love, but you must let go of the past. Now, if someone lied to you in the past in a previous love relationship, for example, and it's left you with trust issues, you may be looking at those things as you go through the month and really realizing that not everybody is the same. Open yourself up to love, my beautiful Cancerians. You have the most gorgeous heart. You have such a depth of love to offer. It would be a real shame for the past to be influencing your present and actually, you know, being detrimental to your future. So it's important to let go of any fear, shall we say, of being hurt again, or any fear of being lied to, for example, because the next person is not going to be the same as the last person. You're changing, you're evolving, you're actually releasing that energy, and the next person is actually going to honor you, and you're going to have confidence within yourself. Okay, now we do have the Seven of Swords here, so whilst you do have a choice, you may be choosing to keep something close to your chest. It may be a new move, whether it is to relocate in terms of a new home or country. Perhaps you're going overseas, or maybe you're making some changes within yourself, personal development changes, where you value yourself and you are actually teaching other people the way that you need to be treated by them. Okay, the Seven of Swords is like, it can also be, Seven of Swords is, now, don't shoot the messenger when I say this. Seven of Swords can mean that if you just met someone new, for example, and you're looking to have a relationship with that person, wait it out a little while, because that person may have a connection with somebody already. It could be someone from their past that they haven't closed down. It could also be that they are committed elsewhere. So just look out for that if you've just started seeing someone new. But in terms of you, my beautiful Cancerians, Seven of Swords is like, if you're doing something, if you're changing something, don't be tempted to deceive other people. Now, I don't feel like you would, my beautiful Cancerians. You know, for example, because Seven of Swords can be like you're keeping something to yourself. Some people may think that withholding information is lying. But for example, if you're actually like organizing a surprise for someone's birthday, you're keeping it to yourself, you're withholding information, you're not lying, you just don't want that person to get wind of the gift that you're getting. So I feel like whatever you're doing it with your heart and your soul, and it's like, just be honest with yourself and in any dealings. But of course, it's okay to keep things close to your chest if it's private, of course. There may be someone with the three, because the Lovers there has got three people in the card, normally it's two, but I get this energy of someone perhaps trying to nosy their way into your business. Now that could be within your working environment. They may discover something that you, say if you put your resume out to different companies for a new job, there may be someone who discovers that information, and I feel like they'll keep it to themselves, but they may mention it to you, so look out for that. Seven of Swords, you know, at grassroots, this card is actually a positive card, because in the Lenormand, sorry, the Rider-Waite Tarot, it actually has a golden background, and anything with a golden background in Tarot is positive. So this card, the history of this card is being independent, doing things differently from everybody else. And whilst other people may not understand the way that you do things, you're doing things for yourself, and that's okay. Okay, Seven of Swords, as you can see, there's an egg there. She's keeping that egg close to her chest. So there may be some sort of new start or new development that's going on in your life right now, and you're just not sharing it with anybody else. You're keeping it on a low vibe. Also, Seven of Swords, if you've been doing things like seasonal work, this is not going to resonate for everyone, this part. If you're doing things like seasonal work, there may be someone who's not paying you your dues, or they may not even pay. Okay, so just watch out for that. I feel like you will get your money eventually, but it may be delayed. If someone is saying, oh yeah, you know what, it's payday, but unfortunately there's a problem with the electronics, or there's a problem with the pay cycle or the pay run or anything like that, I mean, I would address that straight away. Don't leave that. So that's not going to resonate for everyone, but I just want you to be aware it is something that's arising right now. Okay, now this also keeps coming up for you, my beautiful Cancerians. I don't know why. I think it's in 3 readings now, where it's like whenever you're out and about, be mindful of your property. Like, you know, someone being in a cafe. I think it was last time I saw an image of someone being in a cafe and their phone being on the table and being taken. So, you know, again, Seven of Swords, it does sometimes connect to theft. So I just keep getting this energy for you. When you're out and about, just be mindful. I don't feel like it's going to be like full on horrible, like someone hurting you for a piece of property. I don't feel like that at all. I feel like it's really stealthful, very stealthy person who just like, you know, takes what's yours. It could also be if you leave money in the office, if you are working in an office and you find that, you know, that money's gone from the drawer or something like that. So just watch out for that, I would say. Now, the Nine of Cups indicates whatever new start or whatever new plans you've got, because I feel like you're going to be very busy this month, really tying up loose ends, getting projects finished before you close out the end of the year. But I feel like whatever you know, you're doing in silence or in secret, or even if you're phasing yourself out, they called it, it came up in a reading last week, is it silent quitting? Some of you may be actually silently quitting a job or a position within the community or something, just phasing yourself out of something, and it actually gives you pure joy to do it. Okay, Nine of Cups indicates you're making a lot of wishes for the new year already. So a lot of you are hoping like that December brings you know, a much calmer energy, but that 2023 is your year. And I feel like it's much better than this year, 2023. I've only done energy right to March, I have to be honest. March seems to be a much more benevolent energy, as well as January and February. But as we go past March in 2023, I will be doing some yearly readings, of course. That's when we start to get some really big new energy, and it can bring us all some surprises. So I want to check into that before I go and say anything about it. But so far, January, February, March seems to be a bit more positive. Nine of Cups, your wishes will be fulfilled, because the Magician card is there. You are the master creator. So whatever you're focusing on, you're actually in a very heavy law of attraction energy in this month. Okay, I feel like your main concerns though is that you've been feeling stuck, feeling stagnant. Perhaps you've been working so hard you've had no time for yourself. Four of Swords is like you're exhausted, you need some rest. Hangman is like take a pause before you make any big changes, but something needs to change because you feel like you've been holding it all together and you're at breaking point. That's what I'm feeling for you, my beautiful Cancerians. You're trying to perhaps make some sort of major change in your life, and it's been difficult. We've got the Turtle. It's in the resistance position. So anything that has been slow moving energy is going to quicken the pace as we move throughout December. Okay, it says slow moving will take a while, slow and steady progress. Don't rush. So again, with the Hangman and the Death card, it's like, yeah, you may be feeling a bit stuck right now and you're on the brink of major changes, but there's no need to rush this, okay? Because Seven of Swords, they want me to show you, so I will. Seven of Swords, whenever we are trying to do something, don't do it too quickly because you may miss something. Seven of Swords, they keep talking about the Seven of Swords for you, so can you please guide me to where the Seven of Swords is? Thank you so much. Actually just said it's near. Can you show me this? Where is it? Have I missed it? I must have missed it. They told me it's near the Nine of Cups, and I've just seen the Nine of Cups, so, and I know it's near the Nine of Cups there. Maybe they're being funny. Maybe it's near the Nine of Cups in this deck is what I'm thinking as well. Let me just see. I'm gonna go slower myself and see if I've missed it somewhere. Seven of Swords. The irony would be the Seven of Swords is missing from the deck. That would be the irony. Okay, you may want to fast forward this part. I don't really want to waste anybody's time here, but oh, there it is. That was not near the Nine of Cups in this deck, so I've obviously got a very cheeky sprite with me who's saying it's near the Nine of Cups. Anyway, Seven of Swords, golden. This figure is actually stealthily taking all the weaponry from the army because he does not want to fight. He wants to find an alternative way to find a solution. So as you can see, he's got 3 swords there and 2 swords in the other hand. He could take 3 and 3, but he has to do it quickly. So he's missed some. So it's like, don't go too quickly or you may miss some details that may be relevant to your situation. So take it slow. I would double check things that you're sending off. If you've got contracts, I would double check everything, maybe even get another pair of eyes to check it over for you as well. But if you're keeping it to yourself, then just make sure you double check things before you send them. Also with the Seven of Swords, this is a card of doing things differently. You know, in order to avert disaster or avert a war, this figure is actually taking away, you know, the weapons. So it's like, rather than fight, rather than try and approach and say, okay, let's just have a conversation, the person goes in and goes, okay, I'm going to take the wind out of your sails. I'm going to take the only thing that you could hurt me with, and I'm going to take it away. So I feel that's something that's perhaps is playing out in your life in December. And I feel like if you're having a conversation with somebody or there's a difficult conversation, I feel like you are actually your wonderful, beautiful self. You lead with integrity. And I feel you take that person's wind out of their sails. They no longer have power over you or the power to hurt you in a situation. Okay, I hope that makes sense. That may not be relevant for everyone. Now the turtle, as you see, has his home on his back. So I feel, you know, you may have felt that a little bit stuck in the home place, or you feel you're yearning for change within the home place. So I definitely get this energy of you making changes, whether it is some sort of travel or some sort of move. These are things that maybe you're thinking about. Also, you are making progress, and it is actually faster than you think. There's a major breakthrough here for you. We got the Death card. It's in the resistance position, so it's like I got it in the reverse. And that's a feeling of being stuck or bound to a situation that has been difficult or not working. So you may have felt that 2022 was you walking through mud. No matter how far you progressed or pushed through, you may have felt like you were never getting to where you wanted to go. But 2023 is going to be different for you, and you'll see the changes in December. New doors are actually going to be opening up for you in all areas of your life, whether it's personal development, there is evolution here, you're maturing, and you're transforming into who you've always meant to be, okay? You are making progress. So because the Death card goes from this to this around about mid-month to the end of the month. So you are going to see progress. You're going to release anything that's had a hold on you. And I feel like things come to a very positive conclusion. A lot of you may go through doing some cleansing rituals, or you may be like kicking back in a bath with Himalayan bath salts or whatever. However you cleanse, I feel like you're going to do a lot of cleansing. I mean, even shedding a tear is cleansing. It's saline fluid coming from our eyes to cleanse not just the eyes, but also the soul. So I feel like a lot of you may be releasing a lot of pressure in December and kicking back and relaxing and enjoying a slower pace. Okay, because I feel like slow down is important, and it's important for you to get rest, because things are going to get a lot quicker, a lot faster at the end of December as you move into January. Okay, now we've also got the Hangman, waiting, feeling like you're in limbo. There may have been something that was a missed opportunity here for you. Now, I'm going to explain a couple of missed opportunities. It could be that a promotion or raise did not go in your favor, or a job opportunity that you interviewed for did not go in your favor. That's because there's something better being offered to you, okay, that you will have to make a decision about. You got to let that go. You got to let it flow. Same with if you meet somebody new who is connected to somebody else, you may have to chalk that up to experience and let that situation go until, of course, that person becomes free, or you may actually decide to walk away from that because you don't want to enter into any messy dynamics, and you will see things from a new perspective. Because I feel like there's something new being offered, okay? Like a new love where someone is available. Hangman is a card of just relaxing, needing to relax, needing to unwind, needing to let your hair down, to stop to smell the roses, to listen to the birds, things like that. So I feel this is something you owe yourself in the month of December, to relax. And I know that it doesn't sound so exciting, but it's actually a breath of fresh air for your soul. And I feel that's what December actually brings for you, okay? Hangman also, I'm getting this energy of you looking at all the sacrifices you've made throughout the year and how you feel. I'm just getting this energy, so don't shoot the messenger when I say it. I'm just getting this energy that no matter what you did in certain situations or for certain people, it never seemed to be enough. And you may have felt that it's like, I just get this energy of punishment or people punishing you, or it's not like physical. I just feel like there's, you know, when you do something nice for someone and they throw it back in your face, or when you do something to make sure someone's okay and they're just not appreciative of it, it just feels like a punishment that you're like, oh, you know, no matter what I do, it's never good enough. And it just feels like you're the victim, okay? That's what I'm getting there. I would say that you're releasing any situations where people do not appreciate you. And I want you to realize that actually, without your presence in their life, they're going to come seeking you. They're going to miss you from their life. So if you're cutting those people out, then I definitely see you, I actually see you unveiling like a new version of you kind of energy, where you're valuing your time, your energy, your care, your love, your devotion, and you're putting you first a little bit more, which is actually really positive. It's not selfish, because you normally are, you actually help a lot of other people. So I would say you're closing out dynamics where people do not appreciate you, and also people who do not take accountability for their actions. Now, just in the water, as I pick up the Tower energy, I saw someone having their hair cut, or, you know, so some of you may be actually booking an appointment to get your hair cut or hair done in some way, shape, or form. And now, I'm not saying that you're going to get a horrible haircut because the Tower is involved. I feel like it actually may be a new style. It actually makes your face look softer, or it makes you look younger. I just get this energy of it like unlocking a new you, liberating yourself. So some of you may express yourself in a new way through your hair. I mean, it could be through your wardrobe, or, you know, as well, because I get this sense of beauty about you. But I feel a lot of you may be changing the way that you express yourself through the way you look. And you're doing it for you. Okay, it's very, very positive. I actually think you'll like the new you. That's something that you may be looking at in December. Now, the Tower in this position indicates that you have been, you know, it's like you've been averting disaster. When you get I just feel like you've been holding it all together, and it's been a lot of pressure, and you've just been trying to make changes, perhaps, in little steps, but there's a big change that perhaps you've been resisting for a while. I feel like you'll connect to it. You can no longer avoid it. You have to make a decision on it. So no burying your head in the sand in the month of December. I feel like it may be something that's connected to you keeping this all to yourself. I feel like you're trying to find ways to manage stress and anxiety in a better way as well, a more efficient way. Now, I would say we have to honor how we feel in the moment, but I would ask yourself this question. When you're feeling anxious about something, ask yourself, do you have the power to physically change this thing right now? And if the answer is no, then release the pressure, because there's nothing you can do about it. Why worry about something that has not occurred yet? That is energy that could be spent elsewhere. Because if you worry about it, sometimes we border on catastrophizing and we attract it into our life. So always ask yourself that question. Can I change this circumstance? And if you cannot, then breathe, and it will be as it is meant to be. And if you can, then get busy changing. Get busy making a decision. But I feel like you have the power to change something here in the month of December for the positive. So you have to make a decision. You've got three cards here that indicate choice. You've got the Lover's card, which is all about choice. You've got the Judgment card, which is about weighing up your options, having to make a decision as to which path you take, being at a bit of a fork in the road. My guys just said 4 cards, and I can't see the 4th card. So Okay, maybe it's the Four of Swords because you have to kick back, make a decision, relax, you're seeking answers. So perhaps it's that. Maybe you're shuffling as I'm doing this reading, and perhaps you've got similar cards to what came out for you here, and you've got a fourth card that denotes that. So please take it as it resonates. We've got the card of Trident, which is using your power, finding your power to overcome difficult circumstances, okay, and having very strong guides by your side to help you. It says here, Neptune, controlled emotions, power to manipulate emotions, water journey. So this, I mean, you've got the card of the journey right here. So some of you may be trying to think logically about a decision rather than use your emotions. You're trying to control your emotions so that they don't influence the decision. Now, you are actually run on your emotions, my beautiful Cancerians, and whilst being logical is important, we must use our mind as well as our heart. Don't phase out your heart completely. It's important to find that balance between the two, okay? Even if you envisage every scenario regarding what you need to make a decision on, imagine what your head would do, then imagine what your heart would do, and see what's the difference and whether they can be a compromise in between the two, and that perhaps will help you with the answers that you seek. But I really feel that either some of you are seeking to be by the sea. Okay, thank you so much. I'm so grateful. They're actually showing me a lighthouse right now in the water. Okay, so if you've been going through a very difficult emotional time or going through a difficult time in general, there is a light. There is a guiding light, is what they're showing me, a guiding light. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. Lighthouses, I mean, you may literally live by one, or you may see an image of one. This represents something positive occurring in your world, some sort of major turnaround where you see the path, or where you see where you couldn't see before, the answers that you seek. I mean, lighthouse, you know, is like bringing you home to comfort, stability, to safety. Okay, so if you feel like you're in a very uncertain circumstance right now, I feel like you will be guided to safety, or you will be guided to the right answers. So I want you to be aware of that, okay? Now, in terms of finances, I will get to that in a moment, but looking at your finances, I feel like you're going to be in a very good position, okay? I would watch that you don't get any weird like messages with a link on it to click, or you know, if someone calls you up and says, hey, there's a problem with a parcel that needs to be delivered to your home, and you're like, I didn't book anything to be delivered, and they're like, we need your details so that we can process this and send it to you. I would just hang up, do your due diligence, and check that out. Make sure you're not connecting to anything that's a little bit like fake, right? What do you call that? Oh, fraudulent. That's it, fraudulent. So if someone sends you an email from your bank, for example, you look at that email and go, you know what, I'm actually going to call my bank myself and I'm going to find it out. So I wouldn't click on any links, and I wouldn't connect to any dodgy emails, things like that, because there's something about that coming up. I mean, scammers are always out there, right? But I feel like this may be a major season where things come to a climax, and there's lots of different clever fraudulent tricks going about, and don't be one of those people who clicks on it by accident or anything like that. So just be mindful of that. Now we've got Panda, strength. And for those of you who've already done something like that, I would say that relax. I feel like it will resolve and you will get your money back, whatever that is, okay? We've got Panda, gentle strength. Personal boundaries, nourishment, peaceful life. This is something you're definitely going to be connecting to as you move throughout the end of the month of December. You're definitely winding down, and you are finding comfort in your home space, but you may still long to either move or be by the sea, or you're working hard towards something. But in this, you need to make a decision. There's something about December making big decisions. Okay, we've even got chess. Look at that. That's about your next move, being strategic, thinking it through, the power of your mind. A battle may be unfolding, okay? And you're battling to win. I see you winning, whatever this is. So whether it's you deciding to launch a new business, and you're trying to restructure the way that you think or the way that you operate or manage your time so that you can set up an entrepreneurial business or even a side hustle, because we got the Lovers card there, which is a card of duality. Some of you may be thinking, how can I work from home? But will I enjoy working from home? Because my home is a sanctuary. I want to have a separate space. So a lot of you may be thinking about the dynamics of setting up an own business, or some of you may be trying to step into a leadership position, but I feel more that this month is about comfort for you. It's about trying to find an easier life. Even if you're working with people who are, there's a lot of internal politics or drama, you're trying to phase that sort of stuff out of your life so that you can build a peaceful life. So whatever you're strategizing, if you're seeking answers about your soul path, they really want you to get more rest. More rest, because it seems like you're at a fork in a road. We got the Judgment card there, so that's being in a period of judging, reevaluating, looking at the journey that you've taken so far and what you need to do to get to the next point that you want to get to. The Judgment card is about leaving your old life behind. And you've got the Egg there, which suggests something new is formulating in your world, whether it's new ideas or a new position, or even like some of you may be pregnant, for example, and keeping it to yourself. There's a new way of life. Some of you may be actually, moving into another stage of life, like retiring. So whatever it is that you're worried about, that you're feeling anxious about, know that this too shall pass. You will find peace in the decisions that you make, and you are on the right track to making the right decision that is meant for you, okay? The Judgment card also is a card of understanding what you need to do and being called forward to do it. Your direction. So a lot of you may be thinking about your true purpose, your true calling, and how you value yourself and getting the best that you can get for your circumstances. Also, I'm getting this energy of your prayers being answered, or your wishes being answered. Okay, so you'll actually see, like, some of you may go back into the workplace if you've been retired. Some of you may actually get a wonderful opportunity or be a consultant, things like that, because the Judgment card is the card of second chances. You may have a sudden revelation that suddenly you want to resurrect a new career, or suddenly you haven't been interested in finding love for a while and you want to resurrect your love life, your libido returns. So I feel like some of you could be restarting, but when you're restarting, you're not starting from scratch, you're starting from experience. And I also get you getting major closure on difficult situations as well. Now we've got the Strength card, which is about having the courage to take the path that your heart longs for. It's also about self-care, okay? Valuing yourself, self-love, unconditional self-love, self-respect, because sometimes, my beautiful Cancerians, you can be really hard on yourself. You can actually feel like the world is against you, and you can feel, sometimes you experience difficult situations that really test your emotions. And I feel like you've been under a lot of pressure this year, and you've got through a lot. It's time at the end of the month to really kick back, relax, and start giving yourself some love, okay? Quietening the demons within you as well, quietening those thoughts about what if it goes wrong, what if I'm alone, what if all those thoughts that we all have as humans. Collectively, we are very similar. We have different traits, of course, but we are very similar in our fears, our hopes, and our wishes. And you just want to be a wonderful spiritual light going through the world, trying to provide for you and your family the simple pleasures, but you've come up against a lot of obstacles, and I feel it's time to actually focus on yourself, recharge your batteries, and you will be ready for 2023 and all the abundance that it brings, because it does bring a lot of reward and a lot of success on the other side. I don't know if you noticed, but you've got some major Arcana cards here, okay? Now I've shuffled this deck here. It's got all of the cards in there, and out of them you've got 2, 4, you've got 4 major Arcana cards. So whatever decision this is that you have to make, it's big and it's going to be rewarding. The Magician card indicates you're in a very high stage of law of attraction in December. So try to remain as positive as you can. I know it's easier said than done. The world sometimes is a very difficult place to get your head around, shall we say. And you are an empath. You pick up energy from other people. So it's really important to protect your energy, but at the same time to try to remain in a positive vibration, because you're attracting what you think about. Your thoughts are becoming things. The Magician card is someone who's very talented, very gifted, and you came to this lifetime with a lot of skills, a lot of gifts, mainly your beautiful heart, your wonderful emotions, your intuition, your instincts, your nurture, your care. So I feel like whatever transformations you're making, you're attracting the highest rewards, or you're attracting the best situation that is meant for you. Okay. Also, the Magician card, there's a certain magic about the end of the month where people appreciate you. You feel like you fit in everywhere. There's this energy about you where you're attracting really good things. Okay. If you're worried about anything, this card indicates you are in control. You have the power and you've got this. You're going to work it out. You're intelligent. You've got great skills, and you will make it happen, whatever it is. You know, there's a saying, like when things are going wrong, or you think something is going to go wrong, but you pull it out of the hat anyway. I feel like that's what's happening for you. It goes right. It suddenly goes the way you want it to. Okay. Also with this card, this indicates focus. So I feel like you're not really focusing on next year until it arrives. I feel right now you're trying to do the present moment, which is actually very, very positive. Four of Swords, get some rest, get better sleep. Also, know that you are protected during uncertain circumstances. The moon there represents fears, uncertainties, and she feels comfortable enough to sleep on it and know that she's not going to fall off it. Okay, because all those feathers surround her, she is protected and guided. So I want you to be aware that you are being helped in spirit as well. So know that to be true. The Four of Swords also indicates, you know, worrying causes stress. So please take a rest. You may be looking at managing your stress or trying to find new ways to manage your stress as you move into 2023. This card indicates take a breather, take a rest, allow your mind to relax. And as soon as you do that, all the answers that you seek come flooding towards you, and you renew your energy, you recharge your batteries. So I feel at the end of the year, you're like really like Cancerians have left the building and nobody's home. So I feel like you're really on recharge and reset. Now they're giving me a song when I picked this card up. This is the Five of Cups. Okay, this is a very soft song. Come away with me in the night. Come away with me. Oh, that's it. They're just giving it to me on a loop right now. Now, this song has come up before. I'm not really sure what sign for. It may have even been for your sign, my beautiful Cancerians. I mean, it must have been a year ago or so. I can't really remember. There's so many songs that come up, and I can't know every song in the world. If my memory serves me right, because I do feel like it has come up before. I think it's by, is it Nora Jones? But I'll look it up just to make sure. Come away with me. Again, there's this desire to leave or go away. Come away with me in the night. That's a very romantic kind of song. Come away with me in the night. I mean, the Five of Cups is about letting go sorrow, letting go of sad things, letting go of things that have hurt you or no longer serve a purpose in your life, things that are just not working. And being more fulfilled in the future, because there's better things growing here for you. There's new opportunities, there's more abundance. So it's like, don't focus on the things that are not working, focus on the things that are working for you. Also, we've got the this figure normally, and again, male or female, not a gender specific reading, it's about the energy. Five of Cups tends to mean that you're not even aware of the good things that are about to enter into your life, because you're so focused on the things that perhaps have been very difficult, or you've had to focus on those things because you've had a lot of responsibility and it's been making you feel very wistful, or feeling like there's been so many difficulties that you need to keep focusing on them to actually resolve those things. But you're not even aware of what good things are coming your way. And as you move from December into January, you're going to see those things. Also, I would say if you're going for a new position or a new opportunity or putting your resume out there, don't focus on what you lack. Think about what's special about you. Think about all the things that you bring, because you are an asset to any company or any working environment or any friendship or love relationship that you encounter. You are actually an asset. You are actually valuable and you are lovable. Don't think about the things you feel like you don't have. So for example, if there's a shortage of love for you right now, there's going to be more of it in the near future. If there's a shortage of, someone to connect to in a partnership, you're going to attract somebody just by being the wonderful you. If there's a shortage of opportunity or money, you're bringing more of that in too, because this seems to be a very spiritual connected month for you. It's not really about the money. It's not really about the love. It's about you valuing yourself to attract better into your life. Okay, I feel like your month in particular is all about making some major decision, really kicking back, relaxing, and thinking about things before you make those big changes. Because being a water element, you're very flexible. Even though, and I'm a water element too, I'm Scorpio. Water elements, they have the potential to be very, very flexible, and yet they don't like change. I'm a Scorpio. I hate change. Even though the card that represents me the most is the Death card, change and transformation. I kind of like structure, that's for sure. But I also, I don't mind change if I'm in control of change. But if things are changing around me, there's a little bit of OCD about me where I'm like, oh, I can't deal with the changes. I have to really go away, sit with it, resolve it within myself and come back and go, yeah, I'm really cool with the changes. It's all fine. I'm going to make it work. So if things are changing around you and you're finding that you're losing your place or you're losing your way, or you feel like things are just shifting and becoming very unclear and uncertain, you will resolve those things within yourself and you will bounce back and be more in control. And I feel that it's very positive energy. Let's see regarding things like bonus or things like money. Let's see what's going on there. If you've been struggling with money, I see you cutting back in certain areas, and I also see you having unlimited resources within yourself to actually find new ways or alternative methods to bring money in, like second streams of income. Knight of Pentacles, you're going to be rewarded for your hard work. The effort that you've put in, I feel like if your company does do bonuses, you will get one. Also, I feel like you're very realistic about finances. You know that you get what you work for, but you may be looking at entering professional arenas where you can get more money. Knight of Pentacles is like there will be financial opportunities, or you'll proceed with integrity and perseverance to accomplish whatever it is you set out to do. Your dedication will get you the financial rewards. You will be paid off. Well, I mean, Five of Wands, success, being seen, being recognized for everything that you do. So there's definitely really great things here. This is a card of victory, of winning, of accomplishment, of triumph, award. Some of you may literally win an award, or you may achieve a goal that sets you up for a promotion, or you may even achieve a qualification that sees you being able to move into an arena where the results will pay off. This is a card of you seeing results, of you investing in your prosperity. So there's definitely money available to you. Even if you've been struggling with money, I feel like there could be some sort of surprise offer of finances, or a respite of paying a bill. It may come in, like, it may be delayed and it might come in the next month or something like that. So please take that as it resonates. I feel like you will be seen for something that you do and you will be thanked for it. And there may be a little financial reward as well. Okay, I'm just going to go and get, wow. We've got the ring, so all about commitment, and a letter. So, I mean, it stands to reason that you're going to hear some really good news, especially if you see an image of a lighthouse. I would say it's really positive news. So look out everywhere. I mean, you could literally be driving somewhere and see a lighthouse, but it could be an image, a painting, you could see one right now in front of you. It could even be that you're going for an interview and you see a company logo of the company you're about to have an interview with, and they've got a lighthouse somewhere. So please take it as it resonates. The ring is all about commitment. And because you've got the Lovers card there, it is about you looking at all areas of your life where you commit yourself to things and asking yourself, is it worth it? Because that's what that diamond represents. Your commitment is worth a lot. You have to ask yourself, what deserves access to your life, and what do you deserve as a reward? Okay. We've also got commitment, promise, devotion, love, honor, faithfulness. So I get this energy of, if you're in a relationship already, I feel like, someone may actually pop the question with the Tower there. So there may be a sudden change in your status as a couple, and you've gone from just dating to being engaged to fiancés, or it could be that you're getting married. It also could mean that there's a contract, because rings represent contracts. It could be a contract coming on in for you to do with a business. Let me see if there's anything else coming from this energy. There could be an agreement here as well, or some sort of partnership to set up a business, or a contract that comes through. Could also be a bond between you and a friend, and you decide to travel with each other. That's what I'm getting there as well. We've also got letter. There's an official letter coming on in for you. Open it. Make sure you open all of your posts this month. It says here, information, news, disclosure. You may be receiving a message of importance. So it is just for you. When you reduce it, 2 + 6 is 8, the number of the self. And also, this is number 8. So I feel like 8 is going to be very important for you. But this month is all about you, how you value yourself, how you conduct yourself, the things that you connect to, and bringing more prosperity. But there is a decision to be made. And when you make that decision, my beautiful Cancerians, I know you need to factor into a lot of things, like perhaps your family or your soul tribe or your children, or, other things. Make sure that you also factor yourself in. You are important, okay? So I'm just going to go and get a trinket before we close. We've got the angel. So you are being guided. You may even see images of angels around you. I would say, let me just see. I just want to see if you're being given a specific sign. I feel like the lighthouse is a specific sign. Is there a specific sign? Okay, they're showing me a silver coin. A silver coin. Now, normally I get like pennies or cents, but they're showing me a silver coin is a sign for you. You may find it on the floor, in the pavement, on the sidewalk. You may find it in the dust, in the soil. Silver coin. It symbolizes that your guides are with you, and that your luck is changing for the better, and that there is some really great news towards something regarding something that you've been wrestling with, that, or trying to find a solution to. Okay, silver coin. You're going to find it in an unusual place. I mean, you could literally find it in your shoe. So, and that would be an unusual place. But if you find it in your pocket, that's not an unusual place. So I wouldn't be looking there for it. You're going to find it somewhere unusual. So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in that reading for you. This month seems to be all about you and valuing yourself and finding comfort and making a decision. But as you move throughout 2023, I feel like there are some big changes happening for you that are quite exciting. Okay, so I hope something resonates. If it does, please like and subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is very, very important for me. Okay, thank you so much, my beautiful Cancerians. Love and light.